Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Welcome po sa Batang Maynila to. It's pag-usapan natin. Napanood nyo ba? Itong nangyari kanina dyan po sa Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability. Naka mga kababayan, nagsalita po kanina si Batangas 2nd District Representative Jerbil Jinky Beatrix Luistro. Nako, isa po ito sa pinaka-hinahangaan natin na mambabatas dyan po sa House of Representatives at miyembro po ng Quadcom, mga kababayan. So, nagkaroon po ng opening statement si Representative Luistro. And by the way, mga kababayan, iboto nyo po ito dyan po sa 2nd District ng Batangas. Yung mga taga-Bawan, kasi po kami, ang mother ko po taga-Bawan, Batangas. Kaya kung pipili po tayo ng mga mambabatas dyan na talagang para sa katotohanan, walang iba po, kundi si Representative Mambabatas Congresswoman Jerbil Jinky Beatrix Luistro. Yan mga kababayan, huwag niyo pong kalilimutan sa 2025. Iboto po natin bilang kongresista ng 2nd District ng Batangas. So ito, mga kababayan, kanina, nagsalita po si attorney at mga kababayan, sabi niya na itong si Sara Duterte, mga kababayan, itong ating vice presidente, ayon sa kanya, ito sa ating screen, mga kababayan, yan. Ayon kay Congresswoman Luistro, etong si Sara Duterte is liable for malversation, unang-una, breach of public trust over missing 10.4 million confidential funds. So, malversation of funds at breach of public trust. Dahil meron pong nawawalang 10.4 million dyan po sa confidential funds. So nawawala. Ibig sabihin, hindi maipaliwanag. Ayan. Sabi ni Congressman Luistro, in-reveal po niya dyan sa House of Representatives, dyan po sa House Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, siya daw po ay nakakita ng prima facie case. Ito mga kababayan, hindi na to kwento-kwento, mga kababayan. Ang hinahanap ngayon ng ating mga kongresista, although sila ay in the aid of legislation, ito ginagamit nila itong investigation para maghanap ng mga ebidensya laban po sa mga tiwaling mga public officials sa ating gobyerno. At dito nga mga kababayan, nakakita siya ng prima facie case of malversation against Vice President Sara Duterte. Patay na naman. Sigurado mga DDS na ito, iyakan na naman. At marami na naman sasabihin laban kay Luistro. So nakakita siya ng prima facie case of malversation. At ito pa, an apparent case of breach of public trust. Kasi isa yan sa pinag-uusapan na yung betrayal of public trust. Yan, isa yan sa grounds for impeachment. Pero ito, hindi po pinag-uusapan ng impeachment dito. Ang pinag-uusapan po dito, kaso. Kaso po. At ito ay breach of public trust over unaccounted. Ibig sabihin, unaccounted. Hindi alam kung saan napunta. Hindi na i-record. Unaccounted 10.4 million in confidential funds. At hindi lang yan mga kababayan, alongside other alleged irregularities. So maliban doon sa 10.4 million na unaccounted, hindi mahanap, hindi makita, nawawala. hindi na-report, meron pang mga alleged irregularities. So sabi ni Luistro, so where is this amount now? Nasaan? Saan napunta? 10.4 million. In conclusion, sabi niya, I wish to believe that the confidential fund of the Department of Education was not properly recorded at its best or misspent or misappropriated at its worst. Oh. Sabi ni Luistro, kanina, yan po, dyan po sa kaninang nangyaring committee hearing. Okay? Sabi ni Luistro, ito mahaba pa to. So hindi ko nababasahin to. Panoorin na lang natin. Panoorin na lang natin mga kababayan. Etong pahayag ni Luistro para po mas maliwanag at mas detalyado itong ating pinag-uusapan. Okay, so diretso tayo mga kababayan. Panoorin natin itong nangyari pong maikli lang po ito. Ito lang po yung portion na nagsalita po si Congresswoman Luistro. Alright, so panoorin po natin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I wish to express my frustration along with the other members of this committee for not being able to ask questions to our resource speakers from the office of the OVP. I just hope that they realize that the committee is providing them an ample due process, an avenue for them to be able to refute, to belie the findings that we have established already. But they prefer not attending the hearing rather than giving their due explanation to all the issues which have been raised already. Mr. Chair, after the last hearing of the Committee on Blue Ribbon, the Vice President held a press conference, although apparently she did not address squarely the findings that we have established already. Among others is the huge cost of rentals for the safe houses, most especially the 16 million confidential fund that was used in 11 days for the safe houses. Second, the confirmation of Attorney Osayas with regards to the receipt of DepEd envelope payola, which has been testified to already in the previous hearings by Yusek Mercado. And third is the denial of the AFP of having received any fund from the DepEd with respect to the Youth Leadership Summits and the information and education campaign which were conducted. Nonetheless, Mr. Chair, there's one remark of the Vice President which indeed captured the attention of this representation. And if I can ask the Secretariat to please play this video clip of the press con. Since we're having some technical problem, let me share with you what she said during that press con. She said that the DepEd Confidential Fund ay ginamit para magbigay ng impormasyon sa militar at sa local government units kung saan dapat gawin ang Youth Leadership Summits at ang Information Education Campaign. First of all, Mr. Chair, I find it really strange. A civilian office like the Department of Education is the one which will be providing a confidential information to the military and the LGU with respect to national security. Hindi po ba baligtad ito, Mr. Chair? Because it is indeed the mandate of the AFP to promote and secure the national security and interest of our country. Pero dito po sa naging pronouncement ng ating Vice Presidente, she said, ang confidential fund ng Department of Education ay ginamit para magbigay ng impormasyon sa militar at sa LGU kung saan dapat gawin ang Youth Leadership Summits at ang Information Education Campaign. Mr. Chair, I wish to invite the attention of the committee to the certifications that were issued by the AFP and were submitted by the DepEd to COA in support of the utilization of the DepEd Confidential Fund, and the same provides YLS and IECs are conducted to prevent recruitment of teachers and students by terrorists and insurgents. May we request Attorney Camora to please confirm kung ito nga po ba ay nakasaad sa certifications ng AFP.
Attorney Camora.
Mr. Chair.
The certification submitted by AFP to DepEd and which were subsequently submitted by DepEd to COA in support of the utilization of the DepEd Confidential Fund provides, among others, that YLS and IECs are intended to prevent recruitment of teachers and students by insurgents and rebels.
That is what is contained in the certification,
So
Mr.
you
Chair.
confirm.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And having said so, Mr. Chair, we must understand that there are 4 existing programs of DepEd. And I wish to know also from COA, sang program po ba pumasok ito? Because we have to understand that each program has their corresponding expenditure of the confidential fund. Can we please flash each program along with the corresponding expenditures? The program includes counterinsurgency, abuse prevention and control, anti-illegal activities, and anti-extremist or terrorism activities. Ang bawat programa pong ito ay may kanya-kanyang expenditures ng confidential fund. And if we can show this table, Secretariat, please. The table shows that for counterinsurgency program, first quarter, DepEd spent 2 million, and second quarter, DepEd spent 2,050,000. The second program is abuse prevention and control within schools, and expenditures for first quarter, 2.130 million. Second quarter is 2.370 million. Anti-illegal activities, first quarter, 1.5 million, and second quarter, 1.7 million. And for anti-extremism, first quarter, 1.8 million, and second quarter, 1.8 million. I understand, Mr. Chair, that the YLS and the Education Information Campaign has to fall in any of these programs. And considering the purpose that was indicated, in the certification submitted to COA. I wish to believe na ito pong mga YLS na to at IECs na to ay part ng counter-insurgency program. Tama po ba ito, Attorney Camora?
Tama po, Mr. Chair.
And having said that, Attorney Camora, ang total expenditures po for the counter-insurgency program is only 4,050,000 pesos when the amount utilized is 15,540,000 pesos. Mayroon pong nawawala 10,490,000 pesos. Saan po kaya napunta itong diferensya ng nasabing amount?
Mr. Chair, we considered the entirety since ang sabi naman po, focus on protecting the schools and the youth from physical harm, criminalities, terrorism, and drug abuse. So, hindi na lang po siya sa counterinsurgency.
Mr. Chair, is it the intention of Attorney Camora to consider that the entire amount utilized, that is 15,040,000, were spent in all these 4 programs of DepEd? Is that what you are trying to say, Attorney Camora?
The fund was used for the payment of rewards po in relation to these 4 programs.
Yes,
So,
but there are
opo.
4 programs of the DepEd under which the utilization must fall. Kaya ang tanong ko po sa inyo kanina, when the certification provides that YLS and IECs are conducted to prevent recruitment of teachers and students by extremists and terrorists. Ito po ba ay tamang nasa ilalim ng counter-insurgency program?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Because if so, since most of the expenses, or I should say all, of the 15,540,000 was utilized for this YLS and IECs, ang napapaloob pong expenditures for counter-insurgency program is only 4,050,000. Hinahanap ko po, Attorney Camora, saan po napunta yung 10,490,000?
Ayun nga po. Actually, binase din po namin sa certification na they've made mention that it is to protect the schools and the students from physical harm, criminalities, terrorism, which is one of the, and drug abuse po. So,
Then why did they not indicate those purposes in the certifications?
it's on the certification po. I'm reading from the certification po.
The certification provide for prevention of recruitment by the terrorists and rebels. Am I correct, Attorney?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ano pa po bang ibang purpose ang nakasaad sa certification? Mayroon pa po bang ibang purpose?
Nakalagay po kasi, also because of this exchange of information, we were able to perform our civil military combat and intelligence operations in our AOR with focus on protecting the schools, their students, and the youth from physical harm, criminalities, terrorism, and drug abuse.
So from your point of view, Attorney Tamora, saang program po ba napapaloob itong YLS at IECs?
Sa anti-insurgency.
If you are saying that this falls under the anti-insurgency program, ano naman pong activities kaya ang kinonduct ng DepEd in line with their abuse prevention, anti-illegal activities, and anti-extremism?
Based din po dito sa YLS, yun pong other purposes nung YLS.
In other words, Attorney Tamora, you will agree with me that all the certifications pertain to YLS and IECs only.
Pero meron pong other purpose po kasi silang nilagay sa certification.
Then please enlighten us what activity falls under abuse prevention. What activity falls under anti-illegal activities?
I think the YLS activities also included, yun nga po, lectures on drug abuse, criminalities.
Are you not particular about defining, identifying sang programa po ba ito napapaloob? How are you able to account the expenditures if you are not even aware kung saan programa kasama yung mga activities ng DepEd?
I think that was not part of the yung naging part nung review nito. Dahil nung nagpa-submit po kami ng sa rewards,
I will raise the same question for the last time, attorney. You were saying that the YLS and the IEC fall under counterinsurgency program,
yes,
and
Mr.
that is
Chair.
only 4,050,000,
Yes, Mr.
way
Chair.
below the 15,040,000 confidential fund that was utilized by DepEd. What therefore are the activities that fall under abuse prevention first?
Mr. Chair. Ito lang po yung naging basis namin, Mr. Chair.
I understand that this 15 million is not even a subject matter of an AOM or an ND. Tama po ba ako?
It was a subject matter of AOM po.
And then what happened with the AOM?
And then this is their answer, yung certification po.
And you simply adopted this.
Yes po.
And you agree with me that it is not clear with COA kung anong activity ang pumasok in every or each of the 4 programs.
Hindi na po namin kinategorize, Mr. Chair.
I wish to invite the attention of the committee to the total amount spent for all these programs. Nasa ilalim po. First quarter is 7.5 and then second quarter is 8.31. How can you give us a clear presentation on how this 15 million was utilized if you could not identify under which program every activity falls? Ano po bang ibig sabihin ng pagtango nyo, attorney?
Yun po, hindi po na-consider nung evaluate po na i-categorize siya according to the programs of the DepEd.
But can you confirm to us, yun po bang certifications na sinasabi nyo, which is stated that YLS and IECs are intended to prevent recruitment? Pare-parehas po ba yan? O may iba pa pong purpose na nabanggit?
Ayun po, yung isang certification may ganun pong nakalagay na other purpose.
How many certifications are we talking about, attorney?
Dalawa lang.
For the entire 15,040,000 pesos confidential fund of
Pero
DepEd.
ilan? Mr. Chair, dalawa lang po.
Dalawang certification lang po. And I think it will be very easy with you at least to categorize, Attorney Camora. San po bang program na pasama yan? Dadalawa naman pala. Can you please read the purpose of the first certification?
These combined activities benefit
Okay, so hinto na muna natin guys ha. Hindi na natatapusin dahil mukhang mahaba ito. Ganito lang, napakasimple. Ito pong COA, representative po ng COA yan guys. Nahirapan siyang sagutin yung mga tanong ni Attorney Beatrix Luistro. Kasi may hinahanap si Congresswoman Luistro na 10.4 million pesos na hindi siguro nakita o nakita man ng COA pero hindi siya detalyado. So, ganun po kasi yun eh, ang confidential fund. Kaya gustong-gusto ng, ewan ko basta gustong-gusto ng mga tulongges na magnanakaw dyan sa gobyerno. Gustong-gusto nila yan eh. Kasi yung confidential funds, mga kababayan, isasubmit mo lang yung accomplishment report. Hindi mo na kinakailangang ipakita yung mga resibo kung saan mo nagastos. Accomplishment report, parang binigyan ka ng, sabi mo, 100,000 confidential fund, 100,000, 100,000. Sulat mo lang doon, may mga event, ganyan. Pero wala resibo. So, ganun yung style niyan eh. Kaya, mapapansin nyo, itong Office of the Vice President, kahit itong DepEd, ang bilis sila umubos ng confidential funds, pero yung regular funds, ang hirap nila gastusin. Yung regular funds na yan, na yung kinakailangan makakatulong sa tao eh. Pero hindi nila nauubos. Pero yung confidential fund, ang bilis nilang ubusin. At ito, meron pang nawawalang 10.4 million pesos. So, yan ang katanungan, nasaan? Ayan ang tanong, nasaan? Yung 10.4 million na hinahanap ni Congressman Luistro. At ito mga kababayan, ang pwedeng dahilan para itong si Sara Duterte ay masampahan ng kaso. Yan a prima facie case of malversation of public funds kay Vice President Sara Duterte and an apparent case of breach of public trust over an unaccounted 10.4 million in confidential funds. So, ito mga kababayan, grounds for impeachment. Kung sinasabi nila walang impeachment na mangyayari, pero kapag meron pong ground for impeachment, sigurado po may susunod dyan yung impeachment. Pwede siya matanggal at pwede pa siyang makasuhan mga kababayan. May kaso na siya administrative case, magkakaroon pa siya ng criminal case. Dahil unang-una mga kababayan, yung pera na yan na under question ay hindi po pera ni Sara Duterte. Yan po ay pera ng taong bayan na ipinagkatiwala lamang kay Sara Duterte. Kaya ayun mga kababayan, dinag natin pahabain yung kwento. Yung pinapanood natin, kasi napakalinaw. Naman bago isinalang yan si Congressman Luistro, pinag-aralan niya yan, abogado yan eh. So kahit anong isagot ng COA na naguguluhan na rin yung COA eh. Sa totoo lang, naaawaan na rin sila sa COA. Kasi ganun ganun po kasi ang nature ng ng confidential funds eh. Papakita lang sa kanila, tatanggapin na nila kung ano yung explanation. Pero wala silang resibo. Ngayon matindi ang ginagawang pagsisiyasat ng ng mga kongresista. So wala silang masagot. So, ganyan po ang nangyayari. Kaya sigurado iyakan na naman ang mga DDS dito. Sigurado ay malapit-lapit na. Parang nakikita ko na mga kababayan na mukhang susunod na ang impeachment dito sa impeachment case laban dito kay Sara Duterte. Okay, so yun lang muna mga kababayan. Tutok-tutok lang po dito sa Watang Maynila. Sa iba pang updates, ingat po tayong lahat. God bless po.